It's not the first time we've had some tree diseases over here in the island. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, they had a ring virus that was killed off the papaya trees in the Monsanto company in addition to manufacturing pesticides. They also do genetic engineering. And they were able to genetically engineer a papaya that was resistant to the virus to try to ship them overseas to Japan. The Japanese government seized it, turned it back to Hawaii, claimed that Monsanto did enough testing on the genetically modified fruit, so you fix one problem, creates another one. And they're building a new power plant out the right-hand side for plant material. Yeah, this guy got a really neat backyard back over here. I'm sure the waterfall was there before he was there. Yeah, we'll just head out towards the shoreline. We'll just stay off nice and high up over here. And eventually we'll work our way up to what they call the Waipi Valley, which is the Valley of the Kings. King Kamehameha had arisen there as well. Used to have thousands of people living there before the April 1st, 1946 tidal wave. Okay, shows me off the radar here. Yeah, I pick up a nice little tailwind along back over here. Yeah, usually it's point of the tour asks people based on their personality, they were a shark, what kind of shark would they be, and that's going to play in what we see on the west side of the island. And show our couple of family play a game called Crisscross and say your spouse or travel partner is.
What a place.
Yeah, so David, if Kay was a shark, what kind of shark would she be based on her personality, you think?
1 pointer.
Okay, all right, good deal. Okay, what kind of shark would David be there?
Sorry?
But what kind of shark would David be based on his personality, you think?
Probably a tiger shark.
Tiger shark, okay, good deal. How about Mamiso, what kind of shark would Paola be there?
Paola?
You don't know? Okay. How about Paola, what kind of shark would Mamiso be? Mel?
What kind of shark would I be?
Shark?
Yeah, based on his personality.
What are the ones
They have stingrays, those are sharks because they have cartilage in them, so.
I don't know, actually. That's a great question.
Okay, all right.
I think Max is more like a manta ray.
Okay, all right. How about Alessandro? What kind of shark would Victoria be there?
Yeah, Alessandro's a clownfish.
Oh, okay, clownfish, okay. All right. That is what I asked, because over on the west side of the island where King Kamehameha has his 2 temples dedicated to his war god Kudu, the island's the villagers used to live there a few hundred years ago, believe they'd be reincarnated as a black-tip reef shark. Yeah, of course, this village is no longer there, but the black-tip reef sharks are still there. Yep, we'll head over here where they call Apahoe Point, which kind of hug the shoreline over here. You can certainly see those sea cliffs way out in the distance out there, about 1,000 feet high. And then 250,000 years ago, we had a massive earthquake over in this area. Big chunk of the island just slid off in the water down there. And this fire is really important because King Kamehameha was born back in 1758. He was born when there was a comet visible from the Hawaiian Island chain. They said that was an omen he'd eventually be the king of the Hawaiian Islands. There was a chief down in Kona very jealous about that, saw him as a threat to his sovereignty, was always sending warriors over here to try to kill him off all the time, but eventually the family was able to convince that chief down in Kona that he'd be part of the royal family and be educated down there. Yeah, Kamehameha means the lonely one in Hawaii. He's always by himself all the time. He's over 7 feet tall. Yeah, I usually stay over here on the coastline over here. A lot of guys fly out the shoreline after to keep the sound down, but a lot of tiger sharks over here along this coastline. In fact, the guy that I replaced was flying up towards the valleys, and there was a cow that had fallen off one of the cliff faces over here and was being devoured as they passed by. They just land on the field back up over here. And here's one last look at Mauna Kea before that cloud starts to pop into a thunderstorm by this afternoon, probably. Yep, and back in 1961, President Kennedy signed the Peace Corps Act. The first training camp was over here in the Waipi Valley. And the training camp is no longer here, but you'll be able to see what they put it in there, just like Thailand, Philippines, and a lot of places in Southeast Asia those first volunteers to go to. It's always been an agriculture, and what they do is they grow tar root down there. If you ever had poi before, it's like you're eating a Red Bull. Yeah, it's almost pure carbohydrate. They pound up the tar root itself, mix it with water, makes kind of a gray paste. A lot of people say it tastes like glue. I think it's pretty awesome myself. And you can't eat the leaves of the taro plants. They have to be boiled for a long time. There's a toxin leaves has to get boiled out. It'll make your throat kind of scratchy. But we do have 3 aquatic species of animals that live over here in the Waipi Valley. Got some pretty big bullfrogs that live down the taro patches. And we also have what they call the Tahitian prawn. The Tahitian prawns brought here back in 1956. Yeah, they're working a farm race over in Oahu and Kauai. We got loose in all the islands, not loose in the river down there. Problem with Tahitian prawns, they pretty much eat all the goby fish. The goby fish is a freshwater fish indigenous to the Hawaiian Islands. And they're about the size of your thumb. They got suckers over their bodies, and they push themselves up the waterfalls and lay their eggs. Those waterfalls just sound to be about 2,000 feet high. Yeah, get past those poopy clouds, you'll be able to see the sea cliffs out there. Yeah, and all these trees on the left-hand side is called rainbow eucalyptus. They are native to Australia out there. Captain Cook is the guy that brought in a lot of the bigger trees. They need to have a lumber supply in order to rebuild a lot of the naval vessels. They told me a South Korean company planted all these over here. They're going to open up a paper mill back in the 80s, but the deal fell through. There's a special fax paper that rolls up, and of course nobody uses a fax machine anymore. Yeah, everybody, the Kahala volcano is over 1 million years old. Last worked at 65,000 years ago. It's considered the only extinct volcano we have here in the island. So the trees are kind of rocking and rolling back and forth. We picked up about a 40-mile-an-hour tailwind here.
Yeah.
I'll be here in about 5 minutes or so. We'll be to the waterfalls. Yeah, once you get to the town of Hanaku back over here, the road kind of bears to the left. That's Highway 19. And then they have a road that goes all the way up to the overlook over there at the Waipi Valley. Yeah, there's really been an island of immigrants back over here. Had a lot of people coming from China, Portugal, the Philippines. And then back in 1902, there was a massive hurricane that destroyed the island of Puerto Rico. That's why we have so many people of Puerto Rican descent over here. They didn't bring the Koki frogs with them. Those were brought in by a different place, but they kind of blend their music in with the Hawaiians as well. It's kind of like the longest part of the tour back over here because we had nothing to look at, but we just came from that, all the devastation that was back over here by these huge waterfalls we're going to go see today. Yeah, about 8 months ago we had a really big windstorm over here in the Hawaiian Island chain. The winds at the summit of Mauna Kea were 191 miles an hour. Yeah, blew down a lot of the power lines on the left-hand side. They had a power outage here for about 4 days. And you may see an absence of wind turbines over here and solar panels. We don't want to put the wind turbines in because it blocks the view back up over here. But they did a study. We had so much potential wind energy over here on the Big Island, could literally power the entire Hawaiian Island chain. The wind energy we have over here in the Big Island. Yeah, some people from France a few months ago asked me if we have any nuclear power plants over here in the Hawaiian Island chain. That's probably the last thing they'd ever have over here. But they did use nuclear power back in 1992. We had a hurricane that destroyed Kauai up there and knocked out all the power plants up there. So they took a nuclear-powered submarine from Pearl Harbor. It was able to connect some big giant power cables up to the reactor up there. They were able to power the grid up there for a few days before they got the other power plants reactivated up there. There's another helicopter out here. I'll be talking to her on the radio. Here's that diesel electric power plant we have on this side. It's a little bit bigger.
Hawaiian fishing village in the state of Hawaii. This one's for Minoli and his people. Make aloha kumehana. Ibarayis.
Yeah, we'll start to descend down to about 1,000 feet back in this area. And that first valley of the Waipi Valley is the sacred area for the Hawaiians. A bunch of burial sites up through there. It's also private property, but the second valley up there called the Waimana Valley is a valley we can fly up into, part of a nature preserve. Yep, these clouds are starting to build. They got that kind of that wispy look to them already. Yeah, come over here by Kikuyu Lighthouse. Yeah, this whole coastline here is supposed to get slammed tomorrow. We'll see what happens. The cone of the actual storm is going to be out the right-hand side out there, but we always get these wraparound bands of moisture that hit over here. Yep, here's what we call Kikuyu Lighthouse. I'll put out the right-hand side, then out to the left. Those turtle patches go all the way back to the back. said there's only about 50 to 180 Hawaiians that get in here now. Yeah, there's that 25% road grade that goes all the way down to the bottom. That's the biggest obstacle getting in here.